Pike with the Johns Creek Business Association. I'm here with our member of the month, Miss Susie Duke. Susie, could you tell us a little bit more about yourself?
Well, thanks, Linda. I'm really excited to be able to do this interview. I love being a member of Johns Creek Business Association. I was absolutely thrilled when I found out I was going to be member of the month and was going to have the opportunity to do this video. So thank you for that very much.
Please tell us a little bit more about yourself, Susie.
Okay, well, I'm an investment advisor representative for Transamerica Financial Advisors in the Transamerica Financial Group. I've been doing in the industry for about 9 years, and we have an office right here in Johns Creek.
Wonderful. Can you tell us a little bit more about your background?
Well, I have a pretty diverse background. I graduated from Auburn with a Bachelor of Science, and I was going to be a physical education major or teacher. But I changed my mind, and I ended up getting a real estate license, and so I sold income-producing properties in Athens, and then in the 90s I decided to become a home builder. And I worked with high-end custom homes and built people's dream homes.
Interesting.
In 2005, I became, or I transitioned into financial services.
Wow, that's a very interesting background. And can you tell us a little bit? It's a big jump from home building into financial services.
Well, you know, you would think it would be.
Yeah.
But if you really think about it, what did I do with my home, the people I built homes for? I sat down and talked to them about what their dream home would look like, what would the floor plan look like, and we took it to an architect. He drew a blueprint of the house, and then I built it. It took about 6 to 9 months, but that's what I did. In financial services, I do much the same. I sit down with my people, my clients. We talk about their future. We talk about their dream retirement. I talk to them about what's most important in their lives. You know, how do they want their retirement to look like? Do they want to travel? You know, do they want to have a second home? How much is it going to cost? And then we also talk about how are they going to pay for college? How are they going to have to take care of their parents as they age? These are all questions that sometimes keep them up at night. So I want to know about that, because then I can build a financial plan for them, and then we can implement it. It takes longer than 6 to 9 months, but I'm in it for the long haul, and I want to be part of their family, so to speak. I want to help them with their parents, and I want to help them with their kids.
Good. Well, I never thought about how similar that is, but home building and financial planning. What does a financial plan look like?
Well, we have about 6 elements that we work with. First of all, it's all about cash flow. How much money are you earning? Are you saving enough? And how do you pay for expenses? Then secondly, debt management. Have you consolidated or eliminated all of your debt? Or at least the bad debt. And then emergency fund. Do you have about 3 to 6 months in savings? Of course, then we want to protect your wealth. And so how secure is your family against loss of income or loss of assets? Then, of course, we want to build your wealth. We want to accumulate your wealth, but we need to think about taxes, inflation, and market volatility or market loss. That's an important part. Then also, we want to preserve your wealth. Last but not least, because you know we spent all this time working with your retirement, we want to make sure your retirement and your legacy is on your terms.
So what makes you different?
What makes me different? Well, you know, I really didn't think I'd ever be in financial services, but one day somebody asked me the question, would you like to help women and knowing more about how their money works? And that really appealed to me. So I thought there was a huge potential in providing those services. And so before I knew it, one thing led to another, and I was in both. I just jumped in completely. And so I like to work with clients on their total financial plan. you know, they just many times don't plan for the future. And I help them learn what the inefficiencies of their plan might be so that we can enhance their retirement.
Mm-hmm. Great. What do you find is the biggest problem in retirement?
Well, you know, it's funny, most people will spend more time planning their vacation than they plan their own retirement. And, you know, if you don't plan, if you don't know where you're going, how are you ever going to get there? You know, so I like to help people look at the 4 toughest questions in retirement. And the first one being, how much is that nest egg going to have to be? What does it take for you to retire, and retire in the lifestyle that you wish? Plus, what kind of return on that money are you going to have to get on a consistent basis? Then how much do you need to save in order to achieve the dream? Then how long will you have to work? You know, most people want to retire around 60, 65. But many times when we start looking at their current financial plan, they have to work till they're 72. And if I can help them to retire at 65 instead of having to work those additional 7 years, isn't that what they really want?
Absolutely.
And then last but not least, if your plan, your current plan doesn't work, maybe you can't work that long, you get downsized, or maybe you can't save as much as you hoped, or there's market volatility, what would you have to reduce your lifestyle to in order to not outlive your money? It's kind of a scary thought, but I like to teach them the principles of the money and how they can maybe rearrange their money and make it more efficient.
Great. And who do you see as your ideal client?
Well, of course, anybody that is serious about their money and who wishes to implement a plan and then take action on it. I like to teach, and then of course I have the business owner who I like to, I can set up a 401k for them, but I can also analyze their current plan and see if it's the most effective plan for them. Also, I like to minimize their personal liability, which is an issue these days on 401ks. And you know, another thing I like to teach is the rule of 72. Have you ever heard of it?
Yes, yeah.
Okay, there are a lot of people out there though that have not heard of it. And it is an estimation of how quickly your money will double. So let's say you divide your rate of return into 72, and then the result is the number of years it takes for your money to double. So for example, if you have if you're getting 1% return on your money, and you divide 1 into 72, it takes 72 years for your money to double. That's a lifetime.
Yeah.
Who has that kind of life, that much time to have their money double? And do you know how much money is in money markets right now? $11.2 trillion are in money markets. Why is it there? Because people are so fearful about what to do with their money. They're afraid of the market and the volatility in the market, and more people are afraid of outliving their money than dying. So I'm here to help them, because there are things they can do and put in place and take action.
What are the advantages of working in the Johns Creek community?
I love this community. It's a great place to work. Besides being one of the highest per capita incomes, it's just a very close-knit neighborhood or community, and it's easy to build relationships within that community. And you know, one of the primary reasons of doing business, or primary reasons people do business with you, in my opinion, is that 1, they know you, 2, they like you, and 3, they trust you. And it's easy to build relations here in Johns Creek, so it's a great community.
Great. Well, if anyone's interested in learning more about financial planning for the future, how do they get in contact with you?
Well, as I said, we're right here in Johns Creek, right off of Highway 141 and McGinnis Ferry. They can also go to my website, which is www.tfaconnect.com/ Susie Duke. And I think that will be on the website.
Wonderful, great.
This has been great. I've really enjoyed it. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Well, thank you, Susie. We've enjoyed getting to know you more, and we appreciate you being part of the Johns Creek Business Association. Thank you.
Thank you.